Welcome to another edition of Rust Rants. I'm John Rust, and I come on and go off about, well, whatever's honking me off today. It is official. The Flash movie is a bomb. A bomb that left behind a crater the size of Trenton, New Jersey. After about a week in theaters, it has made just slightly under $70 million. And this is a movie that cost something like $220 million to make. And remember the formula when it comes to movies, along with making the movie and marketing the movie and the cut that theaters get from ticket sales. A movie usually has to make back 2 to 3 times its budget just to break even. And it looks like the Flash movie ain't even going to get close to it. Now, one reason I think for this has to be the movie's star, Ezra Miller, who just keeps having one run-in with the law after another, again and again and again and again. According to Variety, over the past 3 years, and talk about a litany of legal problems for Ezra Miller. Over the past 3 years, Miller has been caught on camera choking a woman in Iceland. He was arrested in Hawaii for disorderly conduct and harassment at a karaoke bar, got arrested again in Hawaii for allegedly throwing a chair at a woman. Also, he got arrested in Vermont for stealing liquor, has been accused of doing something to a child that here on YouTube, they don't like people to say the exact word, but it rhymes with zooming. So I think you can figure it out for yourself. Ezra Miller, bottom line, is a trash human being. And on top of it, I don't think he's a very good actor. Now, some of the reviews I've seen of The Flash are also not very good. A lot of people do say it was nice to see Michael Keaton reprising his role as Batman. And I also heard some good things about Sasha Calle's performance as Supergirl. But those two things, it looks like they were not enough to make people flock to the theater to see this movie. And if you think of that, I'm going to do a review of The Flash for an episode of this podcast. Sorry to disappoint you folks, but I will be darned if I am going to put 1 cent into Ezra Miller's pocket. And what's worse is the storyline that they used for this movie, Flashpoint. Now, it is a great story, but all indications are the people who did this movie, well, they kind of made a mess of the whole thing. But yours truly has an alternative. Now, if you want to see a great version of Flashpoint, check out the DC animated movie Flashpoint Paradox. Honestly, it is one of the best animated movies DC has ever put out. Now, for those of you not familiar with the storyline, Flash uses the Speed Force to go back in time to prevent his mother's murder. But that just screws up the entire timeline. Big time. I mean, to the point where you have Aquaman and the Atlanteans are at war with Wonder Woman and the Amazons, a war that has basically put the world on the brink of Armageddon. You also have Bruce Wayne dying as a child and his father, Thomas Wayne, becoming Batman, and a very, very dark and violent version of Batman at that. Basically, the whole world is bleeped up and Flash has to find a way to fix it. They did an outstanding job adapting the original comic series into a movie, which honestly, folks, is a very mature movie. So if you have any little kids, don't let them watch this movie. If you're old enough, I definitely recommend you watch this movie because it is an awesome movie. And, you know, I got to say this, and I've said this many times in the past. Looking at some of these DC animated movies like Flashpoint Paradox, like The Death of Superman, like Justice League Dark, like Gotham by Gaslight, They are just so good, and it makes me wonder, why couldn't they get the writers of those movies to write the live-action DC movies? If they had done that, then the DCU would have actually been really coherent and really good. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Rust Rants. Programming note, we will not have any new Rust Rants next week. I am going to be on vacation. Our next new Rust Rants episode will drop on July 5th. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Rust Rants. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe across all of KYCA's social media: Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, Instagram, Twitter. Check us out on KYCA.info. Be sure to smash the like button, share this video, leave a comment on this video. We'd love to hear what you have to say about it. Till next time, I'm John Rust. I will see you soon.